Hi everyone, this is Miss Miharo. This is part 3 of my Commando Kano guide. Uh, right now I'm gonna go over his special moves. So we have the Kano Ball, back forward 3, 11%. It's a mid, it's 14 frame startup, unsafe on block, but it's not super easy to punish, so you might get away with it at times. It punishes some stuff that can't be punished otherwise, like alien's tail snag from certain distances and such. Um, I find it has less use than in his other variations because he has better enders in this variation, like command grabs and choke. So the EX Ball looks like that, can be cancelled, has armor, has some weird armor properties which I will link to. But it's an armored combo starter. You can use it as a wake up or to punish gaps and such. I prefer other options like armored command grabs because, for instance, if they leave a gap in a string, then a command grab will catch them trying to bait my armor and such. It's really good for corner carry though. I'm going to show you an example here. This is 2 bars. Mid-screen to the corner. %, with 2 bars. I mean 2 bars is a lot, but you can see sort of the corner carry. I started the combo here. And you can even, if you do stuff like wrong cancel, oops, you can't do 3 times, but if you wrong cancel this part, you can actually get even more corner carry. Like so. I did the easier combo there. I'm not trying to show off right now. Okay, so that's the Kano Ball. Then we have the Air Ball. Back forward 3 while in the air. This got buffed with MKXL, so now from a certain distance it hits overhead, and if you do it further down, oops, hits low. If both hits hit, you do 9%. If only the low hits, you do 7%. You have this sort of like pseudo mix-up where if you're jumping at a certain range and you wait until you're really low, maybe they're gonna try to block it low and they hit by the overhead, whatever. It's really good when like baiting stuff. Jump back and see what they do. If they do an advancing move, you can punish it. If they jump with you, you can punish it. It's not a huge punish and it's super unsafe, but it's still good. You can also like use it to change your jump arc. So if you're jumping back and trying to avoid a projectile, you should be wary though. Most projectiles will recover in time to punish your ball. If you're like over here and Goro throws his what could it be called? Flame ball? Oops. Oh, I forgot that's notoriously hard to jump over. Oh, I should have picked another variation, another character. Oh well, like some projectiles, they'll recover in time. Like trying to trade with Devora's Puddle is really hard. You can do it if you do an instant ball, but more often than not, it's not really worth the risk because if you get blocked, you get full combo punished, and your reward is like 9 or 7%. So I find the risk reward there is really like not really worth it. Okay, so we have the EX ball. Looks like that. Adds an unblockable ender. You can do it, meter burn it after the first hit, and you'll get 14%. Or you can use it as a mix-up, like from here. Oops, from here where only the low would hit, and you land in front of them and grab them. Has a really sweet brutality as well, so that's something. Yeah, it's terrible on whiff. So don't whiff this. I wonder if I can get you to, like, if you jump, so you can actually see. Ugh. There we go. there, I was holding down the whole time. It has terrible whiff recovery. So if they read you and jump, you're dead. You're so dead. They can neutral jump and then jump over you and still punish you. It's ridiculous. But you shouldn't whiff that a lot, so it's no problem. Then we have the up ball. This comes out at 7 frames, 6 frames as a reversal, so it's really fast. Hits twice, so it can break armor. Yeah, I mean, you can use it as a brave counter poke, like in their pressure, because it comes out so fast. So if you're expecting like a stagger, if they do something, say you're facing a Kano, right? He's doing something like stand 2 or stand 1 or whatever. Stand 1 is neutral and block, and they stagger it. You can use this as a sort of counter poke. Comes out in 6 frames and will punish anything that he tries to do. It's super risky, but it can work on a read. Yeah, also works great as an anti-air. I think Commando Kano has better options in general, but it's not bad. And the input is like, since it's a down input, you can do it from this state, like crouch block, and then quickly go into your Kano ball instead, which is good. Up ball, EX up ball has armor. That's 13%. It's great for OSing out of pressure. So again, if they're like staggering stuff like Johnny Cage or Devore or something, or if they have run cancels and you think you're gonna mess up, just EX up ball. Good for wake ups, good for late anti-airs, like if you know they're gonna hit but you still want to anti-air, use the armor to eat the first hit. Plate toss, fast projectile, good recovery, -7 on block and +7 on hits, meaning if you do something like, alright, this doesn't work on Goro, let's do it from this. You can end your combos, standing combos in a knife and go for like a tick throw setup, or go for back 1-2 and they have to guess between those. Pretty good. It's actually a really good projectile to keep people out. Works really well in some matchups. EX, this is great to keep up pressure. Like on block, it's -9. Sorry, +8. +9, sorry. So I can do something like this. Go it for a tick grab, whatever. More pressure. Something like that. It doesn't jail very well. It only jails perfectly from standing 4. So like Scorpion can neutral duck and a lot of hits will whiff over him. In the corner it's even worse. I wouldn't recommend using Ink's knives in the corner because even the mid knife will whiff on a lot of crouch blocking characters. And remember, most people would crouch block against Commando Kano. Now get into my favorite tool, choke. Doesn't look like much. It's -4 on block, so you can use it to end every string. Or you can do it like a stagger, like say you do 1-1-2 on block, that's -1. You can also do 1-1-2 choke. You can do back 1-3, -2, back 1-3 choke, -4. So you're never unsafe. And Commando Kano doesn't mind your being minus, like that's where he thrives. So this is a good ender for standing opponents because command grabs won't hit. Oops. But choke will. Does 11% damage. It's pretty good. It also builds meter really well from your block strings. And last but not least, it's an anti-air. And I will show you. Maybe Goro wasn't the best example, but works really well for cross-ups. This works against like most jump attacks. You can even do this against like Scorpion's jump in 3. Let's try his jump kick. A big boot. Oops. I'm doing it too soon. Nope, no big boot for you. So you can see it's really, really good. It's only 11%, but if you can get them to stop jumping, then you can open up with knives and sort of space out with this. Whatever. Eighth choke, it's pretty much the same. Add some sweet knife action. Kapow. blah 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 has armor. It's a good wake up because it will be neutral jump punches, and a lot of people try to neutral jump punch you on wake up because you have your command grabs, which are easily punished by a neutral jump punch. So you go for EX command grab, you catch him out of the air, and yeah, it's also good for like a late anti-air. Like if Goro jumps in with his punch, I can eat the hit and still anti-air. Like if I'm really late, oh shit, oh. Oh shit, he's jumping in. I go for that. I get 18%. Send him pretty much full screen, or like mid-screen, and I can start keeping them out again. It's pretty good. Now for the fun part. We have Rib Breaker. Oops. Oh, come on. It's the forward command grab, 11 frames, 16 or 17% damage? 16. This is your go-to ender for airborne opponents, like if you do a combo like that. EX version, oops. It's the same but armored and deals 19% damage. This is the power, oh my god. Power Slam. 10 frames, so it's 1 frame faster and deals 17% damage, so it's 1% more. But it's slightly easier to low profile and has worse range than Rib Breakers. That's important to keep in mind. It leads to great brutality though, so it makes up for it. EX version looks the same, deals 20% damage instead. Also has armor. Then you have your counter, high counter, low counter. These are pretty much the same. EX just normal ones are 4 frames, EX ones are 2 frames. So there are some stuff that can only be punished, like you can't use your regular parry. They're pretty decent in recovery, like you can see, but you can't just like stand here and spam it. People are gonna notice. It's pretty good to check them on wake ups at times with this, like so. You usually won't get punished for it, and if he wakes up with this notoriously, the punch walk, EX punch walk, which is notoriously hard to armor break, you get that instead. I'll show you. Oops, that wasn't the EX one. Oh well. It switches sides. The low one doesn't switch side. I can show you as well. There we go. Stab to the heart. Yeah, I don't think they're really that useful. The normal ones are pretty useful. The EX ones aren't really, because if you're looking for a gap in a string, again, you're better off going for your EX command grab as reversal, because that will hit if they're trying to bait something. Otherwise, you get full combo punished and you lose a bar, so it's not really worth it. Last but not least, we have the X-ray. It starts up in 21 frames. It's -8 on block and does 32%. It scales horribly. It can be used as an anti-air and it moves him quite a bit forward, but it's pretty useless. But kinda swaggy. So that's it for his special moves. But stay tuned, I will be uploading more videos soon. Take care.